everyone, and welcome to this week's Top 5. This week, I thought we'd take a look at dolls. A lot of people seem to be creeped out by dolls and clowns, and I find that kind of interesting myself because I collect antique dolls. One of them, my oldest, I call her Josette, and she's a China head from 1860. You would have seen her on a previous video on this channel where I was testing out some quote-unquote paranormal apps, and a couple interesting things did happen. There are a lot of haunted dolls on the internet that you can find thanks to movies like Annabelle. And the reason for that, people want to make money, so buyer beware. A lot of these are scams and fakes, but once in a while you come across a doll that, might be a little bit unexplainable. Now, my doll Josette, at least 4 people have seen her move in my apartment. When I bought her, she wasn't haunted. I just wanted her because she was from the 1860s. And I really haven't done anything with her, but these 4 people that claimed that she moved, 2 of them were not believers in the paranormal, and that freaked them out. In fact, one of them refused to come back to my home, which actually worked out to be a good thing. But I digress. Let's get into this week's Top 5 Haunted Dolls and Toys Found on the Net. The first video I'm going to show you shows a video of some kids stacking cups, doing a stacking cups challenge. And later when they reviewed the footage, they noticed the doll moving. Take a look. Now, if the doll would have fell down, we can say that's due to the kids' movement, and maybe when they're stacking and stuff and moving around, it could have caused it to fall down. But it sat up. Now, how is that possible? Well, nowadays there are little remote control gadgets you can get, but again, these kids did post this video on YouTube asking for help. But I don't know. What do you think? How do you think this was accomplished if it's a fake? Do you think it's real? Did the kids maybe do this as a joke to get viewership on YouTube? Put your comments below. The next one we have is called Creepy Old Composition Doll Moves on Its Own. And I have a doll very similar to this. She's a Scottish doll, and she's from about 1900. And yeah, maybe they do give a creepy vibe. But let's take a look. So what do you think? Again, I have a doll very similar to this one, and the way that they're connected through the arm is there's like a metal hook in most of them that has like a string attached so that the joints can move in the doll. And it's a possibility somebody maybe could have used a magnet under the cover, but I tried that out with this doll and it didn't work too well. So I don't know. How else do you think it could have been faked, if you think it is a fake? Or do you think it's real? Please put your comments below. This next one comes to us from the Daily Mail Online, a UK publication. This one involves a puppet, not a doll. And the former owner claims that while he was in bed sleeping with his wife, the puppet actually tried to strangle him. He ended up giving it to a paranormal investigator because he was too scared of it. And the paranormal investigator actually locked it up in a glass container and filming it nightly for 3 months. Now, the thing that you see moving in this video is the operating cross on the top of the puppet. Now, could it possibly have moved due to the fact that maybe she didn't put it in correctly? It's a possibility, but it certainly did fall with a thud. And the paranormal investigator that inherited this puppet claims that the cabinet it sits in, the only way you can take the cabinet apart is to lift it right up off the puppet itself. And she also claims she keeps it in a blessed cabinet, that this cabinet is blessed. I don't know about this one. It certainly has some very interesting movement to it, like it just doesn't fall over like something that was kind of misplaced. It actually kind of goes a little bit, then goes a little bit, and then thud. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that this is possibly paranormal? Do you think that maybe it was just the operating cross wasn't put in there well enough? Do you think perhaps maybe she faked it? Please leave in the comments below. Now, this next video is a very short one. I guess this little girl received this doll as a gift for her birthday, I believe. And this has had over 2 million views on YouTube. Now take a look.
Bueno, aquí les presentamos a la muñeca de Beth que se la regalaron a sus 15 años.
No manches, mira.
Now, what I find interesting about this one, you could see the doll's back of the head in the mirror. So if somebody was turning it, you'd be able to see them, and there's nobody there. So it doesn't look like there's anybody manipulating the doll. Is the doll's head on maybe a little bit askew? It's a very slim possibility. This one, I don't know, unless it's a mechanical doll. And because the fact that you got the mirror there showing that there's nobody manipulating the doll's head from behind the girl is pretty interesting. So, what do you think? Do you think that maybe they somehow manipulated it, or do you think that this is real? Please leave your comments below. So this next one was uploaded to YouTube on October 30th, 2007. A day before Halloween. And I had to use Google Translate because I think it might be in Mexican or Spanish. And basically these guys got together and decided to do a Ouija board experiment. And then this happened. I have a question. If they're doing a Ouija board experiment, wouldn't it be easier to do it at a table? Then again, maybe they're in their parents' house and they wanted to do it out of eye shot. And if you look at that cupboard, somebody could actually fit into that cupboard, but to manipulate that bear, there has to be some kind of hole in the top of the cupboard. So would they actually drill a hole to cause a prank, or would it be already there? I'm not too sure. What do you think? Do you think that this is possibly real? Or do you think that this one's a fake? So that was this week's top 5 in no particular order. What do you think? Which ones do you think were creepy, possibly real, and which ones do you think were faked? I'm kind of curious. How many people out there are scared of dolls? Again, I have a huge doll collection, and some people are really creeped out to the point they don't come over to my house anymore. And like I said, that can be a good thing sometimes. But anyway, and if you have any haunted doll stories or haunted toy stories, please reach out to us on Facebook. Would love to hear them. So that was this week's top 5. Take care, and everyone remember, sweet dreams.